Hello everyone, this is Iggy here with my first ever Let's Play, The Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Seasons. Now, I chose this game to be my first Let's Play because over the years this has probably been one of my favorite games to play over and over again, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, as you can see here, Link is riding a horse towards a castle of sorts. How the hell is he supposed to get down from that cliff? Okay, now he's suddenly in the castle. And different graphics. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Oh hey, it's the Triforce, easiest game ever. Never mind. Like they'd make the game that simple. And acid trip and giant tree. Now I'm going to start off my file name. And let's get started. And I'll guess I'll go message speed 3. Yeah, in this game you can actually adjust the message speed, so that's pretty cool. Accept our quest, hero. Sure, as long as there'll be cake. And I'm sure you'll discover this with all the coming videos of this Let's Play. I have an obsessive compulsive disorder to fill in all the map squares as soon as possible. You're awake. Please relax. Join our... I'm not going to read all that. But I will slow down so you guys can read it, because I don't want to do all the voices. And you have to talk to all these people to advance the story, because that's how the game works. Yes, you should be jealous. And this is Impa, who's fat for some reason. I have no idea why she's fat. And then there's Din. Sexy, sexy Din. You see? You see? I tapped that! Yes, yes I am. Special fate? Okay, let's just keep dancing. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh, I spoke too soon. Well, shit. Who? Oh, next general of darkness. Oh no, who the hell is that? Yes, the brand new antagonist in this game. And like all top view Zelda games, it's a tiny looking castle that's actually much bigger on the inside. The TARDIS castle. So what's happening here is he's imprisoning Din, who's really the Oracle of Seasons, who controls the seasons, and with her being imprisoned, all the seasons will go all wonky, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Not really timey-wimey, but Seasons will go crazy. There we go. Like you're in one area and it's winter, and then you just like take one step forward and then, hey, it's summer. Oh no, the Temple of Seasons. It's going into the earth. We're never going to see it anytime in the future. No. And there goes the Seasons going all crazy. And now it's winter. Whoa, what a party. I'm sorry if my commentary is weird. This is my first Let's Play. I'm just trying to do something to spice up the gameplay. But now that we actually have the game to play now, hopefully things will be more amusing. Yeah, I gotta fill in the map squares. See? We've got a big map. And here's a guy trying to get his cat out of a tree. We'll be back here later to get what's in that chest. Can't get through there, we need a sword to cut through those bushes. I'll explain that later. You're not much use in this game. And it's summer. See what I mean? Wibbly wobbly, not so timey-wimey. This is the mayor's house. We'll get to that later. Big, like, tiny tree on the way. I don't know why Link can't just squeeze past it and get that heart piece. Let's see. Make a tree gate. Show courage to gain passage. I'm not afraid! Let me in! Nope, won't work. We gotta figure out another way. And there's this snoozing guy with a instrument of sorts. And kid playing fetch. Ring shop, I'll come right back. This tree will be of use later. We'll be back here later when we have the bombs. It'll all make sense later. And this is the ring shop. Oh god, the ring shop. We're going to be here for much of the game. Well, not much of the game. Frequently through the game. Basically, we'll be collecting these mystical seed rings throughout the game, and we'll come here to pay for him to appraise them and add them to our collection. And you can carry them around in a ring box. See what he gave me, like this one unappraised ring, and he'll appraise it once for one of your rings for free. And this ring really doesn't do anything, but whenever you appraise a ring and you already have it, he'll give you 30 rupees back after you appraise it, or get it appraised. Yes. Now, some of these rings have special powers. This one, however, does not, but I'm just going to carry it around anyway. And these snakes will help you whenever we do a linked game, which we'll get to way later in the game. Down in here, much later in the game. Bippin and Blossom's house. It's a little side quest that will help you extremely later in the game. And those mushrooms we can't move. Well, we can't even. They can only be picked up and fall, but we need a special item to pick them up. which I don't have right now. We won't get it until later. But anyway, they have a new baby boy, and they're asking some random stranger to name him. Totally nothing wrong with that. This baby boy, give him the most masculine name known to man. Ah, I misspelled it. Nancy. I do not know how to spell. My conscience is telling me no. But the concentrated evil inside me is saying yes. Okay, stop walking back and forth. You have a name for your child. So the name is decided. Nancy it is. It's a fine name. I hope he grows up to be a fine child. He's gonna have a hard time in school. If they even have schools in the land of Hullendrum. This is the shop. We'll be back here once we have some rupees. You should have stuff for sale now. This is a clock shop. It'll be of use later in our quest, but not really. But yeah, really. And this random guy I'm not going to bother with. Flower will explain later. Now, this closed door is a neat feature that only opens whenever you're playing this game on the Game Boy Advance. I'm playing this on a Game Boy Color emulator, so yeah. I'll probably do a playthrough later on a Game Boy Advance emulator just to show you what's inside. Although it's kind of needed to get one of the rings. And this is the Know-It-All Bird's Hut. It's good for new players who aren't familiar with the Zelda universe whatsoever. I'm not going to spend any time in here because they're not really helpful. They just say, press this button to do that, and press this to do that. And it's winter, and we're on a beach in winter. Must fill in the map squares. Curse you, mimes! Creating an invisible wall in front of a bridge. Curse you, safety mimes. Preventing me from going off the edge. That's just a weird thing that they did in this. Like, they don't want you going any further. They don't want you going into the sea in this game. Now this. That's a little stone brazier or torch that we're gonna need to light from a distance. So we're gonna have a weapon that's gonna do that later, and it may or may not extend this bridge to an island out that may or may not be out there. Spoilers. And last map square is